Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video, and today we're here for the TORA Audi TT Cup. Now this is something a little bit different, back on Forza Motorsport for this one, and really actually wanted to try and get back into a couple of Forza leagues here and there, and this one over on TORA is quite a good little series. Unfortunately, I couldn't actually make round one of the season. My Xbox decided it would uninstall Forza just as the new update dropped, so I had to reinstall Forza and obviously wasn't able to make it in time for the first round of the series. But we're here for round 3 and round 4 at Hockenheim. Qualifying wasn't anything to write home about. Unfortunately came P4 after a bit of engine damage on my lap. Cost me a bit of time, realistically. On a perfect lap, I would have been right there on for pole, but, really P4 was probably, there was another half a second gap ahead of me up to P3, so it wasn't like P3, P2, P1, still going to require quite a good lap on the whole. But obviously, yeah, this one, a second channel video today. Obviously, the race scheduling goes, obviously, first race is qualifying, second race is a reverse grid. So overall, should be quite interesting. We've got Nightmare, who was originally F4H Nightmare, if I'm not mistaken. EVR Taylor, my teammate for this series. Although we're not running the same livery, we've had quite a few issues with that. And then on pole, we've got EVR Mead as well. Who start from pole. He won the first 2 rounds of the season. I really want to be in the title fight for this series as well, so he'll certainly be someone that we do need to try and beat. You do get 1 drop round in TORA as well, which is super ideal. Which basically means, because even though I missed week 1, I'm still within a good shot of winning the title. But we'll be going at 3:30 on the clock in the corner, so almost ready then for my first ever race in the Audi TT Cup, and it's lights out, and away we go there. Actually getting off to a very good start. Mead very slow away there. He said according to his the clock was a little bit behind. I'm not too sure if that's the case or whether it's stalled, but yeah, breaking down then in towards turn 1. Obviously Hockenheim usually got a bad corner at turn 1, it's usually a bit messy, but obviously with all that free track space around us, able to use that quite nicely there. And now obviously up into P2, so that means our team now has gone from 2-4 on the grid to 1-2 straight off the bat, which is certainly not too bad going for us. But yeah, coming through turn 2 and turn 3 then obviously the start, it'll just be about trying to keep it clean. The aim is to try and take, a win here or win there if we possibly can. Me and Ben, always, whether we're teammates or not, are quite happy to fight on the circuit. We usually have some very, very good battles between the pair of us. Wouldn't always say they're clean, but I'd always say, 99% of the time they're respectful as well. We're usually quite happy by the end of it. We don't generally take each other out entirely there, and obviously with Forza as well, it's quite a soft contact modding. You can't get away with it. Quite a bit of, rubbing his racing is probably the best way to describe it. But skipping on then 1 lap later towards the end of lap 2 of this race. Obviously, say lap 3 on the corner, because obviously we did have a warm-up lap. But we're starting to mount the pressure on Ben, who started making a couple of little mistakes here and there. So we're going to have a sniff down the inside in towards the hairpin here in the stadium section. It gets squeezed onto the curb ever so slightly, but obviously not really too much you can do on the outside through there. Make sure we give the room on the exit though, but we do slot up into the lead of this race. But I can tell you now, this battle will not be over as easily as that. Ben and I generally quite similar pace. He's running a slightly quicker tune than me this week. He's actually able to get a tune off me, but obviously now I've left the EVR, no chance that I was able to get a tune there. But tunes don't make everything. Skill trumps tunes at the end of the day, so we'll have to wait and see about that. But yes, obviously that meant that Ben had a slightly quicker car on the whole. It was a lot more stable through the corners. You can carry a little bit more extra speed through the turns, but I was still able to, really match him down the straights as well. But now coming through the first couple of corners of lap 3 of this race, and Ben, he's still all over the back of me here, so certainly, he hasn't just given up on this yet. We're not going to just, sit back and, just fall into a one-to-one. We're not Ferrari over here, and I think our team name is Oopsie Poopsie Motorsport there, so that's obviously quite an interesting one as well there. Ben, yeah, I said that, he sent it down the inside in through the hairpin there on the back straight, so we're going to be on the inside in towards the next corner. I'm going to try and park it on the inside of the Ben. Works out the switchback absolutely fantastic. Yeah, we're just about going to be able to keep the nose in, but Ben shuts the door there since it's both a little bit sideways there. Fortunately, even with sim steering, we're both actually able to keep the car pointing in the right direction there as we come now down in through the stadium section. Once more, Ben's going to play it a little bit defensive this time, but he's going to move back towards the outside there. So obviously we're not close enough to really be able to go for a lunge. So now the aim, I've just been trying to, focus where he's weak, where I'm strong, and really trying to capitalise towards the end of this race. And now into lap 6 of this race as well. We're getting all over the back of him once more here, so we could, potentially line up and move again. Ben's going to not actually go defensive down in towards this corner, which I was quite surprised by. We're going to try and park it on the apex. I had no idea how he was able to get the undercut lap time. I actually freeze framed it a couple of times during the editing of this, and well, I'm pretty certain he was actually on top of my car for a short period there, which is quite impressive that, you know, both of us died in some horrific accident. Yes, and then coming through in towards the stadium section once more there, and that is, yes, certainly one corner where I make a whole lot stronger than him. Breaking now down in towards the hairpin. We try and hook it up right around the outside, but that is just not a move we can really pull on Forza, unfortunately, so we will have to slot in just behind him again, but just 2 laps to go now of this, well, 3 laps to go now of this race as we come now through the final corner. They're not getting a particularly good run. The Ben doesn't get a particularly good run off the exit either. We have got a little bit of engine damage at this stage of the day as well, which certainly won't be helping me down the straight, but breaking down in towards turn. We're going to try and really get as close to that curve without clipping it. Ben actually takes a fantastic line through there as well. A very, very good job by him as he comes through the first couple of corners, breaking down in towards turn 2 there. He's just going to be a little bit cautious. You know, that's certainly one of the things on Forza that really does pay off for the car behind us. The guy in front, usually you can really sort of capitalise. If you're very similar on pace, you can usually brake that a little bit later, turn in that little bit earlier. I'm not too sure what happens. I think it's just Forza psychology on the whole, but it does really, you know, you've actually got quite a good advantage psychologically on Forza being in second place. I wonder if it's due to the third person cam as well. Yeah, you can take more risks, and Forza is quite sort of like a risk game in many ways. Talking about that, we're going to send it down the inside of Ben at once more. They're parking entirely on the apex. Forced to the outside, but it will be the inside for the next corner. He's going to try and squeeze me wide there, running a little bit wide. There wasn't going to be much room left on the circuit, which is going to leave me on the outside as we come now down in towards the stadium section. Break nice and early there. Ben tries to stop the undercut happening as well there. Even more contact as we come now down in towards the hairpin, but I will be on the inside. He's not going to be able to hook it up right around the outside. We will now re-inherit the lead of this race, and yeah, I must say this has been absolutely fantastic on the whole here as we come through in towards the penultimate lap of this race. Ben is still all over the back of me here as we come in towards these final 2 laps here, and it's certainly not over just yet. Having a look, you can see we've got 2.1 engine damage, 4% on the transmission as well, which will certainly hit the car's pace by, you know, sort of a good 3-4 tenths a lap there. I know Ben by this point had got a tiny bit of damage as well there as he runs massively wide through turn 1, able to use that though to his advantage as we come down, breaking down in towards turn 2. We're going to make sure we park it on the apex there, but he's just not going to be able to get the undercut on me there, and just able to sit the car on his front bumper there. That's certainly one of the very sort of oddly satisfying things you can do on Forza, where you just about stop that undercut because it is so powerful on this game. Breaking down in towards the hairpin, then we're going to give, you know, the little bit of a run on the outside. Unfortunately, run a little bit deep there, trying to get the apex on the switchback there. Even more contact made between the pair of us there, you know, we're just really sort of just starting to bash wheels here as we come now down in towards the hairpin. Undercut again, no chance there. As a little bit of contact there, just give me a little bit of a love tap on the rear as we come through in towards the final sector of this lap. Is he going to be able to try and have a look anywhere here? I don't think he's really going to be able to try and send it up the inside there. We're actually going to take a very good run through that corner. Ben's going to be able to utilise the switchback though, but not close enough just yet. We're obviously going to have to squeeze back a little bit to the outside there and just park it through the corner, because, you know, although the person in second does have a bit of a psychological advantage, you can still really use first place to your advantage. You know, just control the pace, control the rhythm of the racing there. As in through the final corner we go. Ben makes a little bit of a mistake that gets all a bit too close, and it's going to be a tiny mistake that's going to cost him, you know, sort of a good 60-70 feet on myself there, which would actually prove to be the difference by the end of this race. Obviously, unfortunately, we did lose out a tiny bit to him, but, you know, not really taking too many risks on this final lap of the race there as we come through the last couple of corners there. It is actually going to be P4 to P1 in this race. They're very happy with that result as well. It's going to be a 1-2 for Oopsie Poopsie Motorsport as well, which we will certainly take. And that really, you know, is a good first race, you know, really starting to stake my claim for the championship in this series there. So really happy with that result. Able to take the win by just over 1/10 of a second there, with Mead actually through in P4. There was a bit of a timing glitch there. Speed Demon did actually come through for P4 there. Speed Demon came 3rd, Mead came 4th, Dubs actually came 5th, Nightmare 6th, Crackerdon in 7th, Drive 8th, Camper King 9th, NJ Stock rounding out the top 10 there. Everyone, though, in TORA does score points nonetheless. As you can see, MRT A&M 79 in 11th, then LMP Crimsonify in 12th. But there we go. That was the first round of the night, and then we will move on to race 2. Obviously, a reverse grid, so I'll be starting right from the very back. Leave me down below your predictions of where I'm going to be able to finish this race. Obviously, this is a good chance to score a lot of points, as well as for the Steve Gate Hard Charger Championship as well. But once again, it's quite a good start from me. Once again, either stalling or good at the time in the loop glitch, which means that I'm going to be able to make up 2 places straight off the starter on my teammate Ben as well. Break it down in towards him on their speed demon. A little bit slow, then I'm going to run into the back of him, so that's going to give Mead a good run on the exit of the corner there. We're almost going to go 4 wide, but I'm just not going to have the momentum to try and hold it there. Ben's going to break a little bit early. I'm going to try and follow Mead through on the inside. There's a little bit of contact between a few of the guys on the outside there, which has worked out alright for me, as we see EZT Tomcat 7 having a little bit of a poor run off the exit in the corner there, just getting squeezed out. And that is one of the really, really important things in these races. You've really got to try and keep clean off the start as we got the inside of a MRT A&M 79. There's, I think that's Crackadon running a little bit wide through the corner as well there, but there's going to be even more contact just up the road there, as we're going to have a look to the outside. It'll turn to the inside of Mead here as you break now down in towards this next corner. Sky Shadow a little bit slow there. Drive them just so I can rejoin. Just ahead of me there, dips a wheel on the grass. We're going to try and hook it all the way up around the outside there, using all that curve on the exit of the corner. Just about keeping inside the track limits on the hole there. As then you've got Bubs just in front of me here, driving. I'm getting very, very close there, but we do hold it right around the outside through that corner there. And now breaking down, just trying to find a little bit of clear track space there as we try and get a bit of a switchback on the exit of the corner there. Drive still all over the back of the get very, very close. But on that opening lap then, we've been able to make up 10 places so far, which has certainly not been, you know, I've certainly had worse opening laps to a race before they drive. Give me a little bit, you know, punt through that final corner as well. That'll certainly be a bit of a staple through this second race of the night of drive. You know, just give me love taps here and there as we come now down in towards T1. Once again, just give me that tiny bit of a love tap there. You know, we're still controlling the pace here ahead of him. You know, there's still plenty of opportunities to overtake cars a little further up the road. Breaking down in towards turn 2, even more of a love tap there by Drive. We're trying to get the switchback on Bubs there. Unfortunately, just get caught out on his rear quarter panel, which means Drive's going to be able to fly past. Mead is also going to be able to fly past, and I would certainly say watch Mead as we come into this next corner, because this move is, well, the luckiest and most phenomenal move I think I've ever seen. He outbrakes himself and makes a 4-car overtake there. Fantastic job by him. NJ Stock's actually going to be able to slide back up the inside there. I get squeezed out between Bubs and Drive there, so we're going to be able to move past Bubs. Drive is obviously just going to be able to clip the apex there. NJ Stock is going to get squeezed out wide by Mead as well as we come through these next couple of corners. NJ Stock just getting a little bit of an unfortunate run through that next corner there, which means we're going to be able to have a look up the inside of him. Is he going to be able to hold it right around the outside? You know, it's really going to make sure, you know, we park it on the apex there. Don't actually get a particularly good run though on the exit of the corner, stretching out the gears as far as possible now, and that means NJ Stock is still going to be on the outside as we come now through the hairpin corner there, which means, yeah, hold on actually to P8 after all of that. We've lost 2 places, we've gained 2 places, but unfortunately the 2 places we've lost are 2 of my title rivals here of Drive and Mead as we come through the final corner of this lap area. It's all getting very, very congested just ahead of me there. We've got LMP Crimson Fight as well as, I'm not too sure who the guy in the yellow is as we go past Driver in towards T1. It's Major, I'm not too sure how you pronounce that name. We're going to give him the room on the outside through turn 1 there, and that's going to be another 2 places made up there. Up now into P6, all over the back of Mead again. Well, how wonderful it would be if we were able to take 2 points, you know, 2 points finishes ahead of him there. Drive once again, you know, engaging punt to pass once more there as we come through the first couple of corners. Nothing too wrong with that, just, you know, meaning that I'm going to have to give this Audi a bit of a reef spray after these 2 races tonight there as we break now down in towards the hairpin here and trying to close up a little bit to Mead. Then Drive, yeah, he's, you know, once again just going to give me that little bit more of a punt, you know, rubbing his racing, I think, as we break now down in towards the next corner there, running a little bit wide. They're not able to clip the apex there. Drive, yeah, once again it's just going to give me a little bit of a punt there. Unfortunately didn't actually show the sound that time though. I'm pretty certain it did on his 0.8% engine damage as well. Doesn't sound like a lot, but certainly will affect you in these races. You know, all the cars have got the same gearbox, the same gear ratios, which unfortunately means that you will lose out down the straights, as well as the fact that it runs running quite a bit of aero on this car. Mead now moves past Crimson Fly as well as we come through into around the hairpin there in the stadium section of this lap, but we're now going to be all over the back of him as well, so really trying to, you know, capitalise on Mead's overtakes there as well. LMP does not get a good run out through that final corner there. We're going to try and have a look up the inside of him. He dips a wheel on the grass, which is certainly not going to help him out either there. So down the inside in towards someone there. Unfortunately, just get a little bit of contact on the way in, which unfortunately ruins my rotation there. Unfortunately for him, squeezed him out wide, but made it very clear that that was my overtake. You know, we had the track position on the way in, but he's actually going to send it back down the inside through this next couple of corners here. We're going to try and swing it right around the outside there. A little bit of contact made between the pair there. It's going to squeeze me out over the curve there, which unfortunately means that we've got a little bit of contact because that curve is absolutely deadly. Lucky I didn't actually sim twitch out of that corner as well there, but that's going to give Drive a huge run on me as we come now down in towards the hairpin. We're going to be ever so slightly later on the brakes though, but I don't think, you know, we might be able to get a bit of a run right around the outside there. Run a little bit wide on the exit of the corner. It does cost me a little bit of momentum, but we do still able to keep it up the inside there. Drive's car actually helps me rotate my way through the corner there as LMP. We're going to give him a little bit of contact there, just trying to squeeze him on to the curb there. Unfortunately, that runs me massively wide there. He does give me the room on the exit there. So certainly, you know, good, strong, hard racing between the pair of us here as we come now down in through this 90-degree right-hander. Don't get it out into the gravel trap. Just about able to keep the nose on the inside there of Crimson Fly, so we are going to be able to move up now into P5 of this race. We can see Mead now is running away with it up in P3 here, so this is not looking so good for me in this second race of the night. We've got Flying Mike J as well just up the road ahead of me here as we come through the final couple of corners. We're going to be able to get a phenomenal run though once again through those final couple of turns. That was really where my car was very, very strong. We're going to think about going for a move up the inside in towards someone there, but obviously back out. Think better of it there as we come through the corner. Do actually get quite a good run through turn one nonetheless there, even though I did take quite a weird line on the way in. And now we're going to try and think about going for a little bit of a move up the inside of Flying Mikey J there. He's a little bit cautious on the brakes, a little bit of contact now as he tries to turn in, but obviously we were still certainly there, able to make that move stick now up into P4 of this race. So this is still going quite well for myself here, and as we skip on to lap 8, we are going to try and fast forward a little bit through these races because, well, the video was already up to 17 minutes long on the whole as well. But we're coming up towards the back of BMNC Bandicoot here, as we've actually got Mead still just a couple of seconds up the road as well here. We're going to try and hopefully not spend too much time behind Bandicoot there. He's going to try and play a little bit defensive as we come now down in through this second section. We're going to be able to get a magical switch back there around at the outside through this corner. He does actually back out a bit there, which is going to make my run a little bit easier on the whole there. Take a very, very nice run around his outside there. Now I'm into P3 of the race here, but Mead is a good sort of 300-400 feet up the road, and unfortunately from that point on it's actually going to have to go silent because, well, the audio decided it would desync, and, well, I didn't really want, you know, the audio to be massively out there. But Mead is all over the back of Camber King here. Is he going to be able to have a look up the inside through a turn one? He's certainly going to go for it there. Tries to park his car on the inside. A little bit of contact made between the pair of us there. Mead squeezes him out wide, gets caught out on the curb there, and unfortunately sim twitches through turn one there, which means I'm now up into P2 of this race here. And now we've only got Camber King left just up ahead of me there. And yeah, he was being, you know, very, very defensive in his driving. I really, really wanted to try and take home the race victory here. And the best way to try and, you know, attack these guys is really just to park it on the inside through one corner, firm but fair there, you know, really give them sort of no extra opportunity to try and defend. You can see we're not going to be close enough to have a little bit of dive through the hairpin there. We're going to certainly stick the nose up the inside, you know, potentially, you know, get him a little bit worried, a little bit of contact made between the pair of us there as he shuts the door coming through the final chicane here, braking now down through the final couple of corners, and well, we're all over the back of him here, pretty much pushing him through the final couple of turns there. He hasn't quite got the pace, but, you know, he's still very, very good at defending, which probably explains why he's been able to hold on to this lead for as long as he can. Once again, though, we're just going to bait a move to the inside. They're not going to go for anything just yet. That forces him a little bit wide. Not going to be able to get the best run through turn one there, and he's just going to take a little bit too much curbing. We are going to get a slightly better run through the corner there. So now it's going to be our chance. We're going to go up the inside right when he's not expecting it there. Park it on the inside there. He's going to try and go for the switchback when we're not going to give him the opportunity to there. And now we move up into the lead of this Audi TT Cup race there. Very, very happy with that now, as hopefully we just aim to try and consolidate this race victory there. Not going to take too many risks between now and the end of the race. And through the final corner, though, it is actually going to be 18th to 1st in the Audi TT Cup. 17 overtakes made in 18 laps. I will certainly take that result in the end there. Very, very happy with that race result. 2 wins in the bag, a full 300 points there. Mead does actually come through for P2 in that second race, which I think means I close up 4 points to him overall there, which obviously with our drop rounds is certainly very, very ideal for me. But there we are then, guys. That has been round 3 and round 4 of the Audi TT TORA Cup here at Hockenheim National Circuit. There are 2 wins for me. Very, very happy with that. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Do not forget to like, subscribe if you're new around here as well. Check out the Amazon affiliate links down in the description as well. And I will see you guys next time for a brand new video.